In the last video, we have understood the scope of business, and we understood that industry and commerce forms the scope of business. Industry is engaged in the production of goods and services. Commerce is engaged in the distribution of goods and services. In this video, let us understand a little more about industry and commerce. Industry, like we know, converts the inputs to output, and it is purely engaged in the production activity, whereas commerce is engaged in bridging the gap between the point of production and the point of consumption. Now let's understand commerce in detail with an example. Let us say I have a pen manufacturing company in Mysore. So who am I? I am an industrialist who's into manufacturing of pens, and as of now I'm focusing only on the local market, that is Mysore city. One fine day I get a call from Bangalore, which is 150 kilometers away from Mysore. So how did I come in contact with a buyer in Bangalore? It was through telecommunication. Now he asks me if I can supply pens to him. I will agree to this. To go ahead with this business deal, I ask him to send a confirmatory mail through email. So he sends me an email using the internet. Now once I get the confirmation, I will send the goods to his place. So for this, what am I doing? I am using the transportation service. Once he receives the goods, he will transfer the amount to me from his bank account to my bank account. So what are we doing? We are involving in banking. Now the business between my industry and my customer in Bangalore is further increasing. It is developing. It is a good sign for me as well for him. When all this are happening, I start developing a sort of fear. What if my goods are stolen on the way? What if the vehicle meets with an accident? What if the goods are lost? So in order to protect myself from this, I decide to insure the goods that I send to my customer in Bangalore. So I'm using insurance. Now when all these things are happening, I want to further expand my business and make it bigger so that I can reach out to a lot of customers in different parts of the country. So what do? I go for finance. Now this finance helps me to expand my business operations. Once I expand my business operation, once my production capacity is scaled up, I would also require a place where I can store my goods that I have produced. So what do? I go for my own warehouse. When all this was happening, when my business was doing extremely well, I start getting orders from other countries as well, not just from the country. So what am I doing? I'm involving myself in the export business. So now a business which was just focusing on Mysore city is now even exporting the pens that are being produced. When all this was happening, I would require more capital since I have bigger demand and my idea is really working out. Now, one of my advisors advised me to go and list my company in the stock exchange so that I can get a lot of equity capital. Now, all these things that you are seeing is actually helping my business grow. It is actually helping in reducing the hurdles of doing business. So the sum total of all these activities, from telecommunication to transportation to internet to insurance to stock markets to exports to finance to warehousing to banking, all these things put together becomes commerce. So what is commerce? Commerce is the sum total of all the activities which helps in carrying out business in the most easiest way that is possible. In simple terms, commerce helps in distributing the products from or goods from the point of production to the point of consumption. Thank you.